Hello and welcome back to another video on CK3 tips and tricks. Today we're going to be looking at the council, as this is such an important part of the game which really should be looking at before you even unpause the game at the start of your campaign. Now there are 6 slots, and essentially what these do are these people help you, and well, help or hinder potentially on how good their skills are, as the effects that they have on you are dependent on how good their skills are. Now first slot is your significant other. It is our empress. It's your kind of your wife or your husband, and they have all sorts of options which are very much skill point based. As you can see, Essis ruler is kind of a base of all of your skills, but you can also specialize, which can be really useful if, for example, you're the head of a culture, so it gives you a bit of learning, or if you want an extra domain limit. If they've got high stewardship, they might just give you enough to push over the edge to get an extra domain limit. And of course, you do not get these if you are unmarried. You do not get all these. So being married, especially to a good wife, can be absolutely huge in giving yourself the best character for yourself as possible. Now, the second one is your realm priest. Now, because I'm playing it as a Sartru, it's my Elixgothy, but it's your archbishop or what have you, depending on whatever religion you are. Now, they have 3 jobs they can do: fabricate a claim on county, and of course, this is dependent on the skill of your court chaplain or whatever he is. As you can see here, we've got a green one. You get a claim on a duchy because his skill is so good. Here you've got convert faith in county, which of course is very important if you to keep the county from rebelling against you, having good opinion, and you've got religious relations with all of your other theocratic rulers. Now here we've also got a thing which shows you if you're being endorsed by a realm priest. As you can see here, we are being. And if they're not, of course, the opinion is below 1, you don't get anything, but if it's above 1, you're good. Now, second one is your Chancellor. This is in charge of all of the diplomatics, so diplomacy is the skill being used here. Now, the first one here we have royal favour, which you can see just a bit of prestige really and opinion, but especially some side effects like increasing vassal opinion, but also ending internal wars if they're good at their job, which of course Jarl Hakon seems to be. Are very, very important. This other one here, integrate title, again, not very important. It basically means a title can become de jure yours. For example, if I was to hold like the county up here and it wasn't part of my de jure duchy or whatever, then I might be able to convert it to mine. But moving on, domestic affairs, this kind of direct vassal opinion within your realm. This can be very important. And then you've got kind of foreign affairs, which gives a foreign opinion as well. Now, if you're looking to vassalize someone, potentially having a potentially having a foreign opinion could be nice. However, what also can be quite important is having powerful vassals' opinion being increased, especially if you have a full opinion with them. So maybe having it on domestic affairs and getting that extra opinion boost for your own domestic vassals can increase your vassalization chances of foreign realms. So that's very important. Please keep that in mind. Next one here is our steward, which of course uses steward as their skill point, and Prince Gandalf unfortunately is not very good at his job. Only 8, which is poor. So if you have a look, that's a lot of red. We've got reduced development growth, resistance to settlers, for example, rather than the green up here, which is of course good things. But the 4 things we have here is promote cultural acceptance. This came along with the Royal Court DLC, and promote cultural acceptance, a mechanic which essentially can help you hybridize cultures, but also gives you a flat opinion penalty or buff depending on how much of the cultural acceptance there is. Promoting culture can also be quite important, as it can mean having a same culture to you does not grant any opinion penalty than ruling over a foreign culture. And development as well can be very important to increase that, especially during a longer campaign, and getting your capital to be developed can be huge, as over time development will give you levies, taxes and supply limit. So getting that, your capital especially, or just your holdings in general, highly developed, can be very important. And the last one we have is collecting taxes, which basically gives you more taxes and can occasionally give you just a larger chunk of money. We move on to our marshal, of course, using marshal as the important skill point here. And they've got 4 things we can do. First of all, manage the royal guards. Again, it's kind of knight effectiveness, which can be quite good. As you can see, we get it up to 36%, which is absolutely insane. Increased counter control kind of says what it does what it says on the tin. As you can see here, counter control is as once again affecting levies and taxes. So make sure you're getting that up, or however you can get other perks to increase that but getting that up, that can be very, very useful. The next one is train commanders. This again, I quite like to use this one because it gives your knight effectiveness as well as men-at-arms damage and toughness, which if you're going to be playing kind of min-maxing, your men-at-arms can be very, very important. And also trains commanders, can make them blade masters or berserkers or what have you. The next one is organized army. This kind of gives garrison size and levy reinforcement rate, which is alright. I think in base game the reinforce rate doesn't really matter too much. It's always quite fast. The main thing here is the reduced army, the raised army maintenance, which can be absolutely huge, minus 19% here, which is absolutely insane, which is basically 20% army, well, less gold going out, which is absolutely fantastic. But again, I think they're better ones to do, but again, it's up to your situation. If you're not very good, financially well off, then it could be up to you. The last one here is our spy master, which of course is using intrigue. This is probably one of the most important ones, especially if you're going to be doing an intriguing character. Now, 3 options here. The first one is find secrets. Now, what this does is, well, it finds secrets here in the intrigue tag. You can see hooks and secrets. It helps you find secrets in other courts, which can be used for hooks, which can be used to blackmail people, which can help you in your own schemes. The next one here is support schemes. It gives you kind of a base power in regard to hostile scheme power. As you can see here, we get good spy master that can really, really help out. And the kind of basic last one here is disrupt schemes. It's them uncovering schemes against you, so hostile schemes. And again, it's leveled at how good they are at their job. But that is the council positions all well and done. Some things to note is that powerful vassals may want to be on your council, as it does actually provide them with some stats. So when you're playing as a vassal to a liege, if you play as a steward, you may get extra stewardship. If you play be as a council, you may get extra diplomacy and get extra income if you're a steward, for example, from that. So being on the council is very good if you're a vassal, and being able to control who is on your council as a liege lord can also be very important, as if you're not on, then they'll give you have a look at that. This gives a minus 40 opinion penalty as they want to be on the council. But if you also have a look at their contract, we can go to their contract. Yep. One of the things here is council rights guaranteed can be used. So if you give them something, you may be able to ask for that in return, and there you go. So commonly vassals may try and get council rights guaranteed if they have a hook on you, so that's why you may see them pointing themselves to your council using a hook on you. But you can also do that if you're a vassal to your liege. But that is the councils explained. If you've got any questions, please let me know in the comments below. I hope you found this helpful. If you have, please subscribe to the channel. It really does mean the absolute world to me. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.